Also are following some new developments for you in an attack at the U.S. Embassy in Turkey. At this hour, the attacker is being linked to a domestic Turkish group. The White House is calling this an act of terror. A suicide bomber blew himself up at the embassy entrance in the capital of Ankara this morning. There is damage to an outer gatehouse adjacent to the main building at the embassy, but there's no damage to the embassy itself. A guard was killed and another civilian was wounded. A police official is saying the bomber most likely is connected to a domestic left-wing militant organization. We also have new developments this morning in the shooting at a Phoenix office building. The victim from Greeley has died. Lindsay Sablon is here with us now. Lindsay, he died after 2 days of fighting for his life.
Bertha, Mark Hummels has been on life support since he was shot Wednesday morning. Last night, his Phoenix-based law firm released a statement saying Hummels passed away. The 43-year-old grew up in Greeley, and according to our partners at the Greeley Tribune, Hummels still has family there. A spokesperson from his law firm told our Phoenix sister station doctors declared Hummels brain dead last night, then took him off life support. Hummels and his client were at this office building in Phoenix when a gunman came in during a mediation session Wednesday. His client, 48-year-old Steve Singer, was also shot and killed. Police later found the suspect dead in his car from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Police say the suspect was in the middle of a lawsuit against Hummels' client. A friend of Hummels told the Tribune, quote, "Everything he touched was beautiful and golden. With all of this amazing athletic talent and intelligence, he was just so gentle and so kind." Hummels leaves behind a wife, 9-year-old daughter, and 7-year-old son.
Passengers are booing, then cheering after their plane is diverted, making a surprise stop here in Denver. A passenger is pulled from the plane. 7 News is first to tell you that she would not be facing any criminal charges. 7 News reporter Tyler Lopez is asking police why that's the case. And Tyler, despite the emotions we just saw on that video, the flyers who were inconvenienced say they have no hard feelings.
Right, Bertha. Police say that even with more than 135 passengers on board and the JetBlue crew members, none of those folks wanted to press criminal charges, and they couldn't find anything obviously criminal about what happened. Here's a look at the woman herself. My colleague Jacqueline Allen just happened to be here last night taking a flight around 7:30, snapped these pictures of the woman, described by radio reports as 42 years old with blonde hair, wearing a sweatshirt as she talks with police. Witnesses tell 7 News that this woman was apparently yelling about another passenger being moved to a better seat without paying the upgrade charge for either a better television or more leg room. Now, police tell me that crew members aboard Flight 185 from JFK in New York to San Diego didn't want to press charges. Even though the DPD and the FBI got involved, they didn't find anything dangerous or criminal. Now, the plane did get to San Diego about 2 hours late, and that did leave some passengers a bit frustrated.
She was screaming, "My dad's CIA, you guys don't know, arrest me if you want." She thought she was a hot shot.
She got mad about leg space or something. I don't really know, but she went crazy and started screaming.
Wow.
It was an adventure.
Now, it does happen. We've learned this is a fairly common stopping point because of our location between the two coasts. If there is an unruly passenger, pilots look at Denver as a good place to make that unscheduled stop. In fact, a spokeswoman says they expect to see situations like this here every couple of months or so. Live in Denver, Tyler Lopez, 7 News.
Thanks for the update, Tyler. New at 11, the information monitors are back on at Denver Airport, Denver's International Airport. These monitors on the south side of the West Terminal appeared to be out the longest, with a message reading, "Waiting for server." In fact, 7 News has learned that this is an airport-operated system that went down throughout DIA around 2 a.m., with most of these monitors coming back on around 6:30 this morning. But the information technology team calls it an emergency, one they haven't seen here in at least 5 years.
It's a proprietary system to Denver, and so it's definitely a computer issue. We're not suspecting any kind of malicious act due to this.
It's important to note that while it was a bit of an inconvenience, airline operations were not affected. New information for you in some frightening moments for passengers on an Alaska Airlines flight. The pilot passes out right in front of them. Witnesses say he came out of the cockpit and collapsed in the aisle. The co-pilot took over and did it quickly, and a passenger who was a medical student ran to the pilot's aid. The pilot was taken to a hospital. He is expected to be okay. That's the good news.